Hey guys, I'm back again. And just by chance, I bet this one's probably going to come up there before you get to the meat of things. Because I just did one. It's going to probably take about 6 hours. That's how YouTube does me. That's what happens with the truth. It gets buried. But anyways, I wanted to do some things which I didn't do in the last one. I did a lot of homework, and I just started talking and jacking and yapping and all that. Didn't ever get to do them. And this is to prove the point of this idea that the way is the event. That they're getting it all confused. They're all screwed up. This idea of trying to pin all this crap so that they can just get off this earth and go to some other place. They're all sitting around waiting. Why I'm making it so interesting is because they're supposed to have left by now. And they keep getting, oh, well, the guys are telling us there's something happening. They got to wait until all the infrastructure is built first. You know, you just don't want to go there and find that they haven't turned on the bathroom water faucets. That's some crazy shit. They don't want us to give up any more words. We don't want to tell anyone anymore when it's going to happen because things change. You know, things change. Good fucking God. I would like to kidnap all those people. There are thousands of these people out there that believe in this shit. It's crazy. Come over here. I want to tell you about something. What you guys are trying to do as a group, just like they're doing out in the outside world. Oh, I want to get raptured all at one time. I want to get up there to everyone. I want to be on a busy bridge somewhere. I want to see my next door neighbor. I want to catch up with my mom and dad. Bullshit. That's not what, where is your mind? Where are your minds at, you crazy people? I know where they are. You only got a half of one. And as long as you're using half of it, you're never going to be in your right mind. Jesus Christ. So here, Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It says that way you'll know what the good is. Here's the bow and the cloud, you guys. When we go into meditation, that is the shadow of death. And all these things happen in the cloud. It's the myths. The myths. If you think about the myths, you think about something shadowy, something, you know, it's in a dream state. Of course it is, because we are in what they call spirit form. It's like dreaming in some ways, except that you're not aware of it. You can't be aware of it. You are absolutely gone under without your skin and all of your sensors. You are flying blind, baby. That's how it works. You are not allowed on this other side. It is only for the spirit side of you. So all these people that talk about, I spoke to God and oh, God speaks to me and shit. Crap. It's about time you start cutting shit right where it needs to come back. All right? Jesus. All right? And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no sea. This is Revelations 21. 21 represents 3, which is the combination of God, when you get God in you. This says there's no sea. That means everything has been brought level. This is the idea. It's a beautiful thing. Ezekiel says here, it says Ezekiel 2:1. All right. Then he said to me, Son of man, stand on your feet that I may speak to you. Son of man, that's you. All right. We also hear Jesus, you know. Son of man, Stand on your feet so that I may speak to you. That means to get your ass into meditation. I want you to stand on those feet because when you're tromping on them, you're moving. He wants you to sit still. He wants you to sit still. He also wants you to meditate. He wants you to make straight so I can come and talk to you. You got to go inside to talk to Jesus. If you talk to Jesus or God, you've got to be in spirit. There is no other way that you can do it unless you're in spirit. Stand on your feet so that I can communicate with you. You ever hear this in these stories? That your mother and your brethren stand without, able to communicate. Stand without. He says, "Oh yeah, well here's my brother. That's my mother. My brother is right here. The ones that are inside with him. Outside, inside." Here's Matthew 9:6. 9 is a conscious number, which is really good. This idea it's on the positive side. And 6 represents the works. This is the idea, all right? What do we get out of this? Matthew 9:6. But so that good will that God will know that the Son of Man, but so that you know. Sorry about that. But so that you know that the Son of Man, you, the Son of Man, has authority on earth to forgive sins. All right? While you're on earth, the Son of Man has the authority, has the ability to go and meet God, stand before the Lord, judge himself. This is your soul goes up there and is the judge. That's the one. He sits on the right hand, he puts the good guys, and on the left hand, he puts the bad guys. That's you. He gets rid of the bad guys, and he doesn't really get rid of them. He just cleans them up, gives them a good bath. All right? And he makes them straight. All right, we got Psalm 36:7. How precious is your loving kindness, O God. How precious is your loving kindness, O God. And the children of men take refuge, shadow your wings. You think God's got wings, but listen, the idea is it's the Son of Men. This is the children of men. This is when you have to come as children before the Lord. This is the idea. You can't go up there unless you're in spirit form, and that spirit is a child in you. That is your promised child. And this idea that you don't have this child until you bring it to life. You have to bring it to life. You have to follow the way. You got to do what God tells you to do. That means to follow in his footsteps. It means to eat his flesh, to drink his blood. The children take refuge in the shadow of your wings. This is beautiful. When we go through the valley of the shadow of death, this is our meditation term because we're not dead. But this brings about death to the skin, brings about the first death that we wind up. It's actually the second death because we are born into this world without connection to God, which means that's the first death. When we finally die, when we come about this way, the event, that's our second death. It's beautiful. Once you learn to die while you're alive, you'll live forever. That's the thing. That's the whole idea. That's where these people are trying to escape over to this beautiful place. I've come over here at the same place. It's the same place. I see the same stupid people, and I harbor this messages inside of me like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I'm trying to make more people on this other side, trying to help us out. You're not getting crazy. You're not going to go on some other foreign, you're not going someplace else on some other 5D Earth. Good night, you guys. Where are your minds? Here we go. Psalm 8, 4 through 6. This is kind of cool. What is man that you would take thought of him? What is man that you would take thought of him? This is our lower mind. And the Son of Man that you care for him. Yet you have made him a little lower than God, and you crown him with glory and majesty. You make him to rule over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet. This is about the works. This is when we are in our normal world, and we have put all our beliefs, all our thoughts, everything under God. If that's where you were going, this ain't going to work for atheist people, all right? It only goes for people that are actually religious, those people that actually believed in God and feared him. This is where the fear comes from, by putting it into this hand, all right? But you're putting it into this is talking about the outside of us, about man thinking. This is about man himself, all right? But this, anyways, didn't say anything about the child. Didn't say anything about that, all right? Here's let your hand be upon the man of your right hand, upon the Son of Man, whereupon you made strong for yourself. You're the Son of Man. The power is in your right hand. Sorry if you guys ain't got a right hand out there. I'm not sure how it works otherwise, but it's not like if you were blind and you couldn't read the Bible, you're not going to be able to make it to God. Well, even if you weren't blind, you're not getting to God by reading the Bible. Not right off the bat. You can be told these things, all right? But they call it your powers in your right hand because it's talking about the right side of your mind, trying to show you which the directions are trying to push everything towards. You're going to toss the nets over to the right side of the boat, When God heals those people that are that have the demon in them, stuff like that, they are found in their right mind and clothed when it's all over, sitting quietly. Where you have made strong for yourself. That is Psalm 80, 17. All right, so this is 80 is a control number, just 8. And of course, we know that 17 represents 8. So control is this idea that this is it. It's mine. And here we have strengthened ourselves. This is that idea that we have taken on the masses. We have assembled everyone together. We are now the boss of many. We are our own boss. We did it ourselves. And we are this guy sitting on this throne. It is the rest of the world that's sitting around bowing to those people that make it up to this other side. But you come right back down to earth, right back down to earth with your new mind, with your new heaven and earth. This earth, nothing changed, just your mind. It's beautiful. And the Lord looked down from heaven upon the sons of men to see if there are any who understand, who seek after God. Now he can know this, all right? This is not this idea that God's out here. It's connected to you. You can't get away from this. There's no hiding from this God. No matter how you want to believe in these things. When he talks about, he looks down at men, the sons of men, See whether or not they understand and are seeking God. Because what we do when you finally get off of just reading the Bible, just reading the Bible, and now you go into action. Wow. That means we got to stir up the inside of us. We got to bring up on the life that brings us into the life to heaven and to meet Mother and Father. We are coming. We have got to do this. Screw all that reading. That's over now. It's time to work. It's time for action. You know? You've been getting outside shit for so long now. It's time for the good stuff, man. He says, so this is how I'm checking them out. To see if those understand, because where they look, understanding is in their heart. So this is where he's going to look. He's going to look in their heart, see if they understand, because it was their heart that brings us the confusion. Was your heart. The lower side of your heart brings you down to the lower side. Now you got to go down. Shit, dude. Looks in our heart to see if there's any understanding. And what does he say in this? In case you don't know this, this is Psalm 14, 2 through 3. All right, so you're getting a double 5, a double whammy. You're getting 10 guys in one house, which kills you. For those that didn't know that, that just means that you should have 5 guys on one side of things, and you should have 5 girls on the other. That means you have your both the male and the female side working for you, which is the power of God. All right. So here he is. He looks down to see, and he says, they have all turned aside. Together they have become corrupt. There is no one who does good, not even one. All right, well, not that I'm correcting God. This was written before I was born. But I've changed, and I'm changing things. I made it over to this other side. I'm able to read and understand what this Bible is saying to you, and I'm sharing it with you, which makes me a prophet of the God of Lord. He put me here to do this. Do you understand? You're getting the truth that you had never heard before in your whole lives. And if my conversation with a few cuss words in there is your stumbling block, then get the hell out of here. Who cares? This is only for the real live people. Yeah. Ain't got no room for death in this place. All right? It's a temporary thing. Because we teach people how to come out of that. He says, there is no one that does good. Well, he should know that because he put us all on this earth without him. He's got the upper hand on us. That's why some people are tortured. That's why there's thousands of people in these other groups following after some folly of, oh, we're going to jump on a bus somewhere, or the ETs are going to come and help us out of our hell. Shit. Going to put everybody through some kind of a check valve? Shoot. I do that now with farts, you know. I'm just too old to just blow up my own time, blow what I want to do. Damn, guys. Unless the Son of Man be lifted up like a serpent, just as Moses lifted up the snake in the wilderness. The shadow of death, the shadow of death, the shadow is wilderness, is where we go to find this place. It's inside of us. It's dark. It's in the woods. The Son of Man must be lifted up like the serpent, just like Lucifer. You have to take this bad away from us. That is the skin. And our one half of a brain, it's got to be stuck together with another to make whole. That takes care of the beast. And it brings mom to life. That's what we're looking for. From poison to passion. Taking you out of the bad and put you into the good. That's what this is about. It says, which is this John 8:28. Oh, it's another control situation, right? When you lift up the Son of Man, then you will know that I am. When you learn, once you lift up the Son of Man, you learn a lot of stuff. You find out a lot of stuff. You find out that you are this Christ. You have the ability to be this Christ. You already got the image of God inside of your brains as the mother and father, right? Well, for most of us, just father, which is the left side. Just father, father alone, that's the beast. We want to bridle him. We want to bring mom into the scene. We want to even out the playing field. We want a peace of mind, state of Israel, and we want to, well, we want to be connected with God. What can be so bad about that? You come right back down here to earth. You come right back down here to the same earth. There's no other place to go. What you do is it says, when you finally lift up the Son of Man, you find that I am He, and that I can do nothing of myself, but by the Father who taught me, that I can speak these things. And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. This is John 12:2. If I be lifted up, this is the idea that when you lift up your body, when you lift up your mind, you're going to draw all men to you, because this is the idea that men is the lower side of us. He's going to draw all this up because they're all going to be brought up. This is like Moses being drawn out of the water. This is when he was a child. He was taken up and then put into the queen's hands. This story, and this is it's a beautiful story. No one can do this unless God draws us up. And this is coming from the north. It's the way the story says. Everyone's waiting for something to happen with Magog, right? This is the north. This is about our emotion. God has to kind of summons us to move on. It's a damsel, which is why it's the north. The damsel or something. You know, I've had enough. I want to be free. I've had enough of all of this. And it brings a little light. Did I just understand that correctly? Like with my life was whenever I was in a morning prayer, where I have been part of this morning prayer for years and years. And this one morning we were talking about Martha and Mary, where Martha is like, come on, man, what are you doing here? I've got all these things to do, and this girl, all she's doing is make Mary work for me, make Mary help me. He says, basically, go ahead, go about your own business. She's doing her thing. This is the way it is. And the preacher mentioned, he says, I never really understood this. And this preacher is a gay guy, and he was really preppy. And I can understand him. He says, he goes, I never really understood this scripture. I throw parties all the time, and this happens a lot. I got lots to do, and there's someone there. I would think, I just don't understand this part of the scripture. And as we were leaving that particular morning, I told him, I said, what it sounds like our minds. It sounds like, something really, really busy, and the other side sitting around and being with Jesus. I said, that's what I do. I actually sit around and hardly do nothing and be a part of this church. It takes me to be able to do nothing to serve God. You literally have, in my situation, it's like I'm just above poor and just below rich. That I have a lot of time on my hands to serve God. And so I spent a lot of time doing that with either my hands or my mind or my abilities, my back, But that was the beginning of learning that there was another side of this Bible. It was like, could that have been this little bright light that was shone down on me that gives me, hey, there is something in there. There's something more involved in the scripture. And I went from being a crying lunatic with the outside of the Bible, the truth, the way, the word, to being quite angry for a little while, and then to being like, oh my God, astonished is the word that they use in the Bible all the time. Astonished. And this has been 5-6 years ago that started all of that. It's a long time. It's a long time ago. And to only just got bit by this thing to where I can see everything now. I got to say, it was like, you want to make sure I was on the way. Want to make sure this was where I wanted to go. And I do. This is where I've wanted to go since I was a child. I wanted to be able to figure out how to read this Bible and tell it story, make it easier to understand. And I only get 10 people. I got 200 people in my list. Oh, here I'm complaining about it. This is the truth, and it has to be reflected in numbers too. This is the place. This is less traveled. For whatever reason, people don't understand what's going on when it comes down to this, to the Bible, salvation, and the true meaning of these things like that. The whole world will go without, and all along thinking that they are within, and it'd be better that they knew that they were in already. It'd be interesting that they just understood that, hey, you're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side, you guys. But anyways, this is things to back up this idea that this is the event. It's the event of people's lifetimes, not the world. Not the world. It's pretty much shown that the world isn't worthy. The world goes to someone else. It's a darker place. It's meant to be that way. And if you thought that you could go to another earth, you're waiting for them to get the plumbing done, well, you'll be waiting for a good long time. You need to fix your own plumbing. You need to make your own way. You need to rebuild your own temple. It's in your own mind. It's not built by hands. It's not built by tools. It's built by you and your mind. It's built by how you think. And that'll change you. You got to do this, and you need to shirk the crap. You need to shirk the outside world, just like you're all waiting on a street corner for some bus to take you off. And to where? Off of some cliff somewhere. No. Sit down anywhere you want to in the world, any place, anywhere the carcass lays. The eagles will come and find you. And then you'll wake back up in that same place, renewed and brought back to life. And what could be so bad about that? I don't know why they're not. Well, I don't know why they're not climbing over the fences to hear the truth, Well, thanks YouTube. All right. Or thank God. It's probably God. He has put some people in some deep sleep. Deep sleep. All right. Let sleeping dogs lie. We'll see you. I love you.